Hello everyone, my name is Lakshmi Narayan of Aero A, roll number 133. My tech talk about probability and statistics is of determining probabilities from the joint distribution function. Coming to the introduction of the topic, probability theory is the study of uncertainty. Through this class, we will be relying on concepts from probability theory for deriving machine learning algorithms. These notes attempt to cover basics of probability theory at level appropriate for CS 229. The mathematical theory is probability is very sophisticated and delves into a branch of analysis known as measure theory. In these notes, we provide a basic treatment of probability that does not addresses these finer details. Conditional probability and independence. Let B be an event with non-zero probability. The conditional probability of any event A given B is defined as P of A by B and P of A by B, P of B. In other words, P of A by B is the probability measure of the event A after observing the occurrence of event B. Two events are called independent if and only if P of A by B is equal to P of A into P of B, or equivalently P of A by B is equal to P of A. Therefore, independence is equivalent to saying that observing B does not have any effect on the probability of A. Coming to the random variables, consider an experiment in which we flip 10 coins and we want to know the number of coins that come upon heads. Here the elements of the sample space are 10 length sequences of heads and tails. For example, we might have, however, in practice we do not care about the probability of obtaining any particular sequence of heads and tails. Instead, we usually care about real valued functions of outcomes such as number of heads that appear among 10 tosses or the length of the longest run of tails. These functions under some technical conditions are known as random variables. More formally, a random variable x is a function x. We will denote random variable using uppercase letters or implied. We will denote the value that a random variable may take on using lowercase letter x. Example, in our experiment above, suppose that x factorial is number of heads which occur in the sequence of tosses. Given that only 10 coins are tossed, x factorial can take only finite number of values, so it is known as discrete random variable. Here the probability of the set is associated with random variable x taking on some specific value k. Is p of x is equal to k is equal to p of factorial of x factorial is equal to k factorial. Example, suppose that x factorial is random variable indicating the amount of time it takes for a radioactive particle to decay. In this case, x takes on infinite number of possible values, so it is called as a continuous random variable. We denote the probability that x takes on a value between two real constants a and b. Thus far, we have considered single random variables. In many situations, however, there may be more than one quantity that we are interested in knowing during a random experiment. For instance, in an experiment where we flip a coin 10 times, we may care about both x factorial, the number of heads that come upon, as well as y factorial, the number of longest run of consecutive heads. In this section, we consider the setting of two random variables. Coming to the joint and marginal distributions, suppose that we have two random variables x and y. One way to work with these two random variables is to consider each of them separately. If we do that, we will only need f of x and f of y. But if we want to know about the values that x and y assume simultaneously during outcomes of random experiment, we require a more complicated structure known as the joint cumulative distribution function of x and y, defined by p of fxy of xy is equal to p of x small x y small y. It can be shown that by knowing the joint cumulative distribution function, the probability of any event involving x and y can be calculated. The joint CDF and the joint distribution function f of x, f of y of each variable separately are related by f of x limit y factorial. Here we call f of x and f of y, the marginal cumulative distribution functions of f of xy. Properties are 0 if f of y is equals to 1. Joint and marginal probability mass functions. If x and y are discrete random variables, then the joint probability mass function is defined by p of xy. Here 0, p of xy for all xyz and p x2v. Then how does the joint PMF over the two variables relate to the probability mass functions for each variable separately? It turns out that p of x, p of y, and similarly for p of y in this case, we refer to p of x as marginal probability mass function of x. In statistics, the process of forming the marginal distribution with respect to one variable by summing out the other variable is known as marginalization. Joint and marginal probability density functions. Let x and y be two continuous random variables with joint distribution function f of xy. In this case, f of x of y is everywhere differentiable in both x and y. Then we can define the joint probability density function, like in the single dimensional case. But rather, note that the values of the probability density function are always non-negative, but they may be greater than 1. Nonetheless, it must be the case that analogous to the discrete case, we define as a marginal probability density function or marginal density of x, and similarly for f of y. This is a probability density function graph. Thanking you, and that's all for this slide.